So what we are going to do for this video is basically we are going to create this shader for this character. So this is a character that I created on Blender recently. If you are interested to download the final file and also this character, you can visit my Patreon and then you can download anything right there. So without further ado, let's just get started. So this video is going to be a bit messy, but just bear with me. So this is how this scene is set up. So basically it's just a simple lighting right here and then an area light right there to lit up the character. And then just focus on how the shader is created. So first of all, let me just demonstrate how the shader works. So basically I have this custom shader node here. So let's just duplicate this node to preview the result. So basically it has several inputs that you can control for the shader. So let's start with the colors first. So it has these 3 colors. So let's just make it something that visible. Maybe blue and then finally red. So as you can see, basically this controls how the color is displayed on the shader. So we have this base color and then the middle color, which is blue for this case, and then the shadow color, which is red in this case. Then you can control how this color is displayed on the shader, how the amount of this section of this color by using this threshold. So if we drag it, increase it, as you can see the middle color will take the other color. It will be displayed much intense. Then you can also control how the shadow color threshold too. So yeah, basically the idea is just it has these 3 colors and then we can control how much of this color should affect on the shader. So let's just revert it back to the original value. And then we can also control how smooth each of this color section here by dragging this value here. So if we decrease it, it will be much sharper. So you can see it's like Toon shader, regular Toon shader, and then we can also increase it to make it smoother, like so. And then it also has this, you can control how metallic or how glossy the shader by dragging this value. So if I increase it all the way to 1, it will looks like a metallic cartoony material. So you can also decrease and increase the metallic roughness. So as you can see here, it will make the shader looks more metallic or much shinier, like so. And finally we have this, let me just turn off the metallic factor. Finally we have this rim color, basically a color that wrapping the geometry to make it just a little bit a touch to the shader. So we can increase the width of the rim color and also decrease it, and you can also control the color of the rim light. So yeah, that's basically how the shader is set up, how the shader works. So let's talk about how I create the shader. So first of all, of course, this is a custom shader. We can enter a custom shader configuration by hitting tab on your keyboard. and then as you can see this whole new nodes here. So basically this is how the custom shader is constructed. So there's a lot of going on right here. So but basically what the shader does is just like take these inputs, so this one is inputs here, and then use these inputs to define how the shader should works. So let's talk with the basic first. So let's start with the rim light first. So basically the way how the rim light is working is we use this I use this blender node called layer weight, and then input it to this color ramp to adjust the way how this layer weight is displayed on the geometry. So let's preview this layer weight node first by hitting Ctrl Shift. So as you can see here, this is how the layer weight node from Blender looks like. So the way how we can display the rim light is by controlling how this white color should looks, make it sharper, so it looks like a rim light for the custom Toon shader. And the way how we do this, the way I did this is by using this color ramp. So as you can see here, this is the preview after we combined it with color ramp. We can adjust like how much the width by dragging the color ramp, and then after that we input that and we mix that this rim light with the other shader, so it will looks like this. So that's basically how the rim light works. So let me just display it for you so you can see it much clearer. So basically it takes this input and then use the layer weight and control how the intensity of the layer weight by using this color ramp, and then mix it with the other shader. Okay, now let's talk about the other two custom shader, which is the Diffuse Toon and then the Metallic Toon. So let's start with the Metallic Toon first because it's much more simpler. So we can enter it by let's maybe just make a node for it. So Metallic Toon, which is the custom shader I showed you earlier. So yeah, this is basically the Metallic Toon custom shader looks like. So as you can see here, it displays like a metallic cartoon shader. So let's enter this shader by hitting the tab. Then we can see the nodes that construct the shader. So yeah, basically what the shader do is, yeah, it takes the inputs and then control the shader using those inputs. But basically what it does is just converting this basic glossy BSDF node and then make it cartoon. So what it does, it first is use this glossy BSDF node and then convert the node into a from shader to RGB color. So let me preview it for you. So yeah, this is basically how the regular metallic or glossy shader looks like. And then we clamp the value from black to white into 0 and 1. So using this clamp node. And then after we use this clamp node, I use this greater than node to control how much the region of the base color and then the middle color and then the shadow color should be displayed on the geometry or on the shader. So for example, for this greater than node, it takes the shadow threshold, which is basically, let's just preview it so we can see it and understand it better. Yeah, so basically it takes the threshold and then using this greater than node can control where the part should display the base color and where the part should display the shadow color. So we use this threshold to make these sections here. And then we also use the same configuration for the middle color. So it uses this middle color threshold and then input this to this node. And let's just preview it. And as you can see, this part is the base color and then this part is the middle color. And then after that, we can use this mask and multiply the mask with this color. So for example, for the shadow color, it will look like this. So this one is the middle color and then this one is the shadow color, and then combine it together with the base color using this mix node. As you can see here, this one is base color, and then this is the middle color, and then finally the shadow color. So yeah, and that's pretty much how the metallic shader for this custom shader works. So let me just expand it for you so you can like copy it and then create it yourself. Let me just tidy up the nodes like so. I think that works. So yeah, you can copy this configuration and then create it on your own. Alright, so we have talked about the metallic Toon shader, custom shader. So let's talk with the Diffuse Toon shader. So yeah, basically this custom shader, the setup is pretty much the same with the previous metallic Toon shader, except it has an additional control to control the smoothing of these three color sections. So if we increase it, it will become smoother. If we decrease it, it will much more sharper. So the way how I set up this node is pretty much the same with the metallic node. So the difference is we use, instead of glossy PSDF, I use this Blender Diffuse PSDF, and then convert the node or the shader here to RGB color, and then clamp the value to 0 and 1, and then pretty much the same configuration with the metallic node. We multiply it with the colors, the input colors here using the mix node, and then return the value. The only difference is I use this another custom node called smooth greater than node. So basically this is similar to the let me just create this. So greater, I think this is called math, then greater, greater than where is it? This one. Yeah, so basically this one, the custom one, is working similarly to this greater than node from Blender, except the difference is it has an interpolation to make the the clamping the value is much more smoother. So it's not like 0 to 1 value returned from this node, except it add additional smoothing to the value. So let me just show you how this node is constructed. So this is how the custom smooth greater than node is created. So basically it takes the value and the threshold and then subtract it and divide it with the smoothing value, and then basically return the value with clamping to make the value between 0 and 1. But the way it works is just make it the value smoother by using this divide node and then using the input from the smoothing property here. But the setup is pretty much the same with the metallic Toon node. So let me just show you how it constructed, and you can copy it on your, create it on your own, on your Blender file, on your project. So this is how the node is created for the diffuse Toon shader. And then we use this diffuse Toon and then the metallic one to create this single principal Toon custom shader. So just connect it again and then preview the node. So as you can see here, it used this diffuse Toon and then the previous metallic Toon, and then it used the input from the this node and then mix it together by using this metallic factor. This is how I control how should the diffuse Toon, how should the metallic Toon affect the diffuse Toon. So I use this this additional attribute to control the how intense is the metallic Toon. It should affect the shader using this mix shader node, and then mix this two with the rim light from that I explained previously using this mix shader, and then finally return the node. Return the result, and then we get this nice looking smooth shader, Toony shader, and we can select control, especially for the hair. As you can see here, it has this metallic or shiny looking shader, which is I really like. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's set up. So let me just display it again for you so you can copy it on your project. And then using this single node, we can maybe you can use a texture and then input the texture into the color, which is what I did here for the hair and then the other parts of the character. So we can utilize the color from texture to control the shader. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you learned something from this video. And if you also, again, if you are interested to download this character and then the node included in this Blender file, you can visit my Patreon, and then you can basically download anything from there, from my previous works, and also this character too. But yeah, again, thank you for watching this video, and see you on the next one.